Okay, the energy yesterday that I was tuning into was so strong, and it kept like washing over me where the life that you are about to enter is going to be like unrecognizable like to you and to other people. And I was really feeling how other people were going to like look at you and look at your glow up and be like, what just happened? Like, you went from, it's gonna feel like a completely different life. And it's like you went from this old life. So obviously I'm talking about people who have known you, right? Like have known your old self, your old life, and they saw you kind of walk away from that life and then saw the crumbling of this old life. Because let's face it, guys, like when you up level and when you work on yourself, you transmute your traumas, you leave a lot of the old behind, there is a transitional period in a person's life. Like that is just what happens, which again, for a lot of people, they don't want to go through that transition because it is scary. It's literally you're walking into the unknown because obviously, like where you're headed, you don't know if that's guaranteed for you. And so that scares a lot of people, which is why a lot of people like to stay in their comfort zone and not expand and not change and not rattle things up because it's scary. It's scary to go through these transitional stages. And I'm sure you know that because I trust that if you're watching, you've gone through and you could still be in this transitional stage of your life. But I really feel like for so many of you, it's coming to the end. It's coming to its final, closing chapter before a whole brand new chapter begins for you. And it's like, it's literally the life of abundance in so many ways. I'm not just speaking, materially and financially. Obviously, that's included in that, but it's abundance in so many areas of your life. And it really is this whole other life that you're entering. And it's like the people that have known you and have seen the past self and who might have even benefited from this old version of yourself and then watched you go through this rocky dark night of the soul and transitional stage of your life. They're about to see your glow up and they're going to be like, who is this? Who is this? And it's funny because it's like, it's even going to shock you. It's going to like make you be like, wow, I never expected for this to happen to me. I never expected these certain things that I'm experiencing to be experiencing them. It really is like, it's funny. And I feel like I've mentioned this before, but it's like your intentions, all the seeds that you have planted for the last couple months, and you've been like catering to them and you haven't been sure if they were going to sprout, like they're gonna sprout these intentions, but I'm also feeling it's like things that are just gonna surprise you and you're just gonna be like, wait, are you serious? Like I'm experiencing this, like I'm getting to experiences and like it's gonna leave you speechless, which is why I'm even having trouble, because it's like you're gonna be in disbelief in a way where, like, when you experience something, you're like, I can't believe that this is happening, but it's happening, and you're grateful, but you don't have any words, and like you don't know what to make of it, and you're so grateful, and you're just like, oh my god, this is happening, and it really feels like this is going to happen for quite a few of you, especially if you're here, and especially if you're resonating with this message. It's like a kid in the candy store is what I'm sensing and what I'm seeing. It's just like your inner child is going to come out and be like, oh my god, I finally get to have it. Wow, yeah, this is like connected. This is totally connected with your inner child. And like, it could have been your experience as a kid was like you could never have everything that you wanted, right? Because of different, circumstances that you and your family were dealing with. And it could have really hurt your inner child, right? Like it could have been like your inner child wanting certain things. Like you would go to the store with your mom or dad or caregiver, and you were like, I want this, and they'd be like, I'd love to, but we can't because we don't have the finances, or whatever the case, right? Like there was some sort of limitation put on you, and it's like you even took on the burden of like, oh man, like I can't have these things because like it's tied to my family's survival, and I don't want my family to feel like things that I want are like a burden or whatever, right? And because you took that on as a kid, it kind of like followed you throughout your life. Though I feel like a lot of you have been working on this, and honestly, if you are here, you have been working on this, especially the last couple months. You totally have been working on this, because it's like you've been closing out cycles and chapters in like ancestral trauma. You've been wrapping that up, closing that down, which is why like this is happening for you, which is why it's like your inner child is entering a candy store or a toy store, whatever, right? You get the analogy. It's like you enter this store that, your inner child is like, oh my God. And then, you know, someone tells you, like, guess what? You can have anything and everything here. And you're just like, wait, anything and everything? And that person responds with, like, yeah, anything and everything. And you're like, it's that moment of like, wait, am I hearing this correctly? Am I experiencing this? Is this really happening for me? I get to experience, like, I get to experience life finally the way that I want to experience it. And it's like, oh my gosh, yesterday, I don't know what was happening yesterday, if maybe I was just tuned in with the energy um very closely, and it was just like I could feel my inner child being so happy and so like abundant and so magnetic, and feeling into this energy and being like, oh my gosh, it's like life is just gonna surprise you in the most beautiful way. And I truly do feel it's gonna start with this like one thing, and it really is like this one thing is going to be the turning point. This one thing is going to be something that you're going to look back at and be like, that was it. That was the start of my new chapter. This was the start of it all and it's like it is a fated encounter. It's something that is totally meant for you and this thing that's going to start it all are converging, and it's getting so close. Like the energy is getting so close. And when it finally, like when you finally meet it, first of all, you're gonna know. You're totally gonna know. Your body is just gonna like, you're gonna have some sort of like sensation, whether it's truth bumps or like expansion in your body, your inner child getting excited, like you're going to, or some sort of sign or synchronicity that day in that moment when you meet this person or something. Like obviously it's most likely coming through a person, to hand you an opportunity or some sort of fated encounter, and it's literally going to be the start of it all. And it's just like, it's gonna like, yeah, it's the snowball effect. It's like, it's gonna start, then it's gonna like slowly keep building and building, where I feel like, yeah, it's like couple months after this encounter, you're just gonna be like, am I honestly living this life? Like, is this a dream or is this real? And I don't, yeah, like there's literally every time I like tune into this energy, it's just so, there are no words because the feeling completely takes over, and there's just like awe and there's excitement and there's just like disbelief, but belief and gratitude and presence and happiness and joy and love. Like there's so much, which is why like you're gonna be radiating this. Like your body is just gonna be like, oh my god, I finally get to have it. And not because you are lacking, because you've been working on yourself and you've been working from a place of gratitude, and this is coming because it's coming from a place of already tuning into this frequency, already like embodying this, and it's just coming now because of that. And so it's just, yeah, I don't know, it's just gonna excite every single cell in your body. And yeah, people are just gonna look at you and be like, how? Like I really feel like you're gonna get people being like, how did you do this? How, like, and there is gonna be a little bit of envy, like not gonna lie, I do feel that energy. And it's just obviously to those people who, were probably benefiting from seeing you living a small life and seeing you struggle and whatever, right? Because again, that just mirrors who they are and what they're experiencing. So there will be a little bit of envy there. But again, it's nothing to worry about because I feel like you've already cut these people out of your life, and they're just gonna be like the watchers, or they'll overhear and be like, huh, really? Right? But all in all, I do feel like you're gonna inspire the right people. You're going to inspire the right people from your past who maybe doubted your decisions and were like, what are you doing? Like, why are you making these moves? Why are you making all these changes? And then they're going to see the outcome of what you have been through, and they're going to be like, oh, oh, wow, right? And some of them might actually contact you and be like, Sue, like, how did you do this? And you're going to tell them. You're going to tell them it wasn't easy, no, but this is what you get when you work on yourself and you believe and you attune and you heal, and just like, this is truly what you get on the other side. Because again, you have to become like this embodied version of what you want before it actually comes in. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys whether you want to share it with the people that come back from your past and are like, hi, remember me, right? You're gonna know whether this is a person that you can like really share, or they're just kind of snooping around, right? You're gonna know, and you're gonna decide whether to share that or not, because obviously, like, use your discernment with anything and everything when you do come into this chapter of your life, because yeah, it is going to rattle some cages, and that's fine, because some of those cages, it's going to inspire them, you know, they're going to be like, okay, I see, and maybe I should also follow my heart and blah blah blah, right? But anyway, this is really really exciting. And yeah, I kind of felt like this might have been a longer message, but I don't know, I guess this is just the message of like, your life is just, it's gonna surprise you, and it's gonna surprise so many people, and there's gonna be so many moments of like, whatever you're experiencing or creating, or whatever new people come into your life, you're gonna have moments of like heart expansion, and then you tearing up, because you're like, I I get to experience this. I get to live this beautiful abundant life, and like, yeah, it's gonna leave you speechless most of the time, but the feeling is you're gonna finally feel like life loves you. Like life actually loves you is what you're gonna start to feel, instead of, and I feel like the contrast could have been like from before, you're like, why is life doing this to me, why is God doing this to me, why is the divine doing this to me, why do they want to see me suffer, right? Like you could have been in that place of like, why me and woe me, and you know, um not to judge that, because again, I get that we go through these experiences, and it's not necessarily painting yourself as a victim, but sometimes like the challenges that we go through are so tough that it's like, why me, right? Especially when you're such a good-hearted person. But you're gonna experience the contrast of that, of like, life loves me, and you're gonna say that with such confidence, where you're gonna be like, no, life loves me, life absolutely adores me and wants the best for me, and I'm living my best life now. Because you are, like, you're literally entering that chapter. And I'm also definitely claiming this, because like I said, I was feeling into this energy, and I was just like, wow, this is magnetic. It's so powerful and so beautiful and so radiant. So anyway, again, I hope you can feel this. If you resonate with this, please let me know. Um, and yeah, truly, I feel like it's gonna start with like something faded coming in for you. So if you guys want to share that, please do so. Other than that, this is like such beautiful energy, so I hope you can feel it, embody it, feel it before it actually comes in, because that's how you bring it in. And yeah, I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.